Disability Communication Etiquette for Regular Ed Students by Timothy Rohr. There's a theory that people with disabilities spend hours being taught how to communicate with others. Why can't we teach those without disabilities how to interact with them? Many schools and businesses provide interventions for people with disabilities to pronounce speech sounds and learn how to interact with others. Teaching people with disabilities both how to pronounce speech sounds and learning how to interact with others is beneficial to their development. But people with disabilities are often pushed to get out of their comfort zones to learn how to interact. Schools and businesses don't realize that people without disabilities need interventions to learn how to interact with people with disabilities too. When we teach someone with a disability how to interact with others, whether it's at speech therapy, social skills groups, special ed classes, or even psychology appointments, someone with a disability may learn how to start conversations on their own with their non-disabled peers. Though the person with a disability is talking in the same style as their non-disabled peers, the person with a disability wants someone to talk to, whether it's at school, at a job, on the phone, or even at restaurants, movie theaters, beaches, and parties. Nevertheless, the group of non-disabled peers still exclude the person with a disability because they lack the knowledge about the differences in services the person with a disability has. People with disabilities are shunned by their non-disabled peers despite them masking their conditions. Non-disabled people need interventions to learn how to interact with people with disabilities, but they don't necessarily need to attend the same special services as those with disabilities. Non-disabled people can learn how to interact with people with disabilities while they are in school. Health and science classes can add disability education in the curriculum. Non-disabled students should be assigned to do academic work that teaches facts about autism and other disabilities. While they learn facts about autism and other disabilities, they should also do academic work that teaches them how to have conversations with people with disabilities, invite people with disabilities to social gatherings, and accommodate the needs of an individual with autism or another disability. While non-disabled students learn about autism and other disabilities in health and science classes, non-disabled students can also reinforce their knowledge about autism and other disabilities at school assemblies. Non-disabled students can learn at an assembly by the school staff, but having a guest speaker with autism or another disability giving a presentation is meaningful because a guest speaker knows from experience what it's like to live with a disability and how they feel when people exclude or bully them. Having school assemblies that teach about autism and other disabilities is helpful and exciting for students. Another fun way for non-disabled people to learn about autism and other disabilities is by having a Different Learners Day. Different Learners Day is a day in which non-disabled students try exhibits to learn what it's like to live with a disability. Schools can set up wheelchairs, blindfolds, and canes, sign language, communication cards, and computer-generated voices, occupational therapy services, and special ed worksheets for non-disabled students to try out. Non-disabled people can learn about autism and other disabilities from their relatives and friends. A non-disabled person can learn from their parents about having a disability and how to include individuals with those differences. A non-disabled person can also learn about disabilities and how to communicate with those individuals through their friends, especially if their friends have relatives with disabilities or if they have other exposure to people with disabilities. Non-disabled people can even learn about disabilities if they're open to being friends with those with autism and other disabilities. Another way for non-disabled people to learn how to include people with disabilities is by doing research on the internet. People can learn information about disabilities easily with the convenience of electronic devices. People can also browse through books about autism and other disabilities when they are at the library, or purchase the books online or at a store. Reading books can help you understand disabilities too. I hope that government officials in the United States, as well as foreign countries, will pass a law that requires school districts to teach students facts about disabilities and how to include those individuals. Teaching non-disabled people how to interact with people with disabilities will make society a safer and more comfortable place for people with autism and other disabilities. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tips for Inclusion, the number 4. Check out my other videos, and share my videos with your friends, family, and everyone around you. Check out my website and social media